What's up, what's up, what's up? Week one of The Artist's Way is done. Featuring my Squishmallow Narwhal, Rainbow Narwhal. Okay, let's just get right into it, guys. This was a good week. Week one was easy. And I remember it being easy the first time, so I was really excited for it to be easy this time as well, and it was. Thank goodness it was easy. I'm like happy that it's easy at first because I know that it gets harder as you go through. Just there's like more and more that I think I resist personally as I go through. Mind you, I've only ever made it up to week 6. I never got past week 6, so I'm taking it nice and easy right now, and I'm happy for it. Let's get into the check-in questions. So every single week there's going to be some check-in questions, and they're pretty normal, pretty basic questions. Most of it is going to be about artist date that you did that week, how morning pages are going, and then anything else that you might think is important to reflect on. So let's start with question 1. Okay. How many days this week did you do your morning pages? 7 out of 7, we always hope. How was the experience for you? Morning pages. I did 6 out of 7 days. I missed, I think it was yesterday morning that I missed my pages. And morning pages I've been doing for a while, so they're always fun. I think that whenever I get back into the habit of doing morning pages consistently, I don't regret it. I always really like it. I'm not too much of a stickler about like opening my eyes in the morning and then I have to write my morning pages right now. Like I am not so much that way. I think that as long as I get my 3 pages done, at any time in the day, then I'm like, okay, cool. Because I think for me, doing the pages themselves is just like a time that I allow myself, almost like a ritual that I allow myself to just be like really blah, 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 blah. And so sometimes that happens like right before a little, I don't know, like creativity session. Like maybe sometimes I want to time it so that I'm doing pages right before I jump into writing some new songs or making some art or making some videos, right? And so sometimes I'll do that. Not super often. I do like doing them in the morning, but every now and then I'll time it so that I'm doing my pages right before little creativity time for myself. And I think both of them are good for me. I enjoy doing my morning pages. This week there were a couple of days that I got some really good like downloads with the creator, with God, and I was able to just like flow with that. And then other days, like a couple of days ago, I was just like, I have to do this today, I don't want to do this today, and I was like being really complainy, pretty whiny. So I don't know, I think it's different every day for me, but I like doing them. I love doing them. So 6 days out of the 7-day week, I did my morning pages. Okay, the next check-in question is, did you do your artist date this week? What did you do and how did it feel? Yes, I did. I basically went on like 4 artist dates this week. Unintentionally. This past week we had some really good weather up here in Utah, and I was like, I'm gonna be outside every day because the sun was shining, there's no clouds in the sky, there's no wind. And so I went to the park a couple times this past week just to like be in the park, and I have my little book and I have my little, this is what I write all of my tasks in. So I have my, actually I'll show you. I have my morning pages journals, and these are the Moleskine journals. I don't It's Moleskine, however you say it. So these are my morning pages journals. It's the perfect size. See? It's the perfect size because it's not too small that I feel like I'm skimping out on my morning pages, but it's also not like an entire loose leaf piece of paper, because that I think is a little bit insane. That is a lot of writing, and that's kind of hard to do. So this is like, I don't know, I think it's the perfect size for me. I do 1, 2, 3, and those are my morning pages. And then I have my writing tablet. This is the Remarkable 2, I think, is the one that I have. Let me show you a little. Is it gonna focus? I don't think it's gonna focus. Maybe? Yeah. Okay. So this is my little Remarkable paper tablet, and I write my little things in here. So this is where I do my tasks, if the tasks require me to be like writing something. And then of course I have the book. So why was I talking about? Oh yeah, because I went to the park this past week a couple of times, and it was really, really fun. 10 out of 10 recommend. But I have my little book, and then I have a bunch of other books that I'm reading too, my writing stuff. I brought my little, I have a mini synthesizer, and this is it's called a high chord pocket synth. Ta-da! I freaking love this thing, okay? Because it's smaller than my phone. It's literally smaller than my phone, super lightweight, and then I just bring this wherever I go and I can make music just right then and there. So had this with me. That was my artist date. Going to the park a couple times and just hanging out for as long as I wanted to, being in the sunshine, reading my books, having fun by myself, and it was like 10 out of 10. It was so nice. Highlight of my week. Because I think I went 3 times, like 3 days in a row, because we had good weather 3 days in a row. So I was like, I'm going to be outside. It was really great. Okay, last question. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. Yes and no. I would say that, like I said at the beginning, week 1 was really easy breezy. I was coasting through week 1, okay? But when I was doing one of my tasks, one of the tasks was to make like a monster hall of fame. And these are people in your life that have been enemies to your creativity, which everybody has. There is always going to be a hater around, bro. But for the past like 7 or 8-ish years, I have really prioritized having very healthy, very supportive, very loving relationships in my life with my friends and with my family. And so that task itself was honestly kind of difficult to get through, because I had to like really reach back and think about people in my life who I haven't given a lot of thought of in a long time, because the people in my life now are so caring and so supportive and so loving to me. So that was kind of difficult because it made me uncomfortable, like reaching all the way back to the past, like, oh, like I don't want to think about this person again. I don't want to think about what they said to me that one time. But at the same time, it was also good because thinking about it, I was like, oh, maybe there is like a little bit that I'm still hanging on to of what that person said. So I would say that that was a bit of a challenge. That was like the biggest challenge for me this week in doing my tasks. It was not fun thinking back on all of my haters. But it also was good because they're not a part of my life anymore and they never will be again. And at the same time, I got to recognize, oh, I am surrounded by people who care about me, who love me, who support me, and who are genuinely just amazing people. So it's like balanced. It balanced itself out. So I would say that is the most significant hang up or challenge from this week that I did. So I'm looking forward to week 2. Follow along on my Artist's Way Jenny, and it's gonna be fun. I am still feeling optimistic about this journey, and I guess I'll see you guys next week for week 2. Okay, bye!